guys, so this week we are going to work on our first paragraph. I am giving you an essay outline. It is only of the first paragraph, so today we're just going to work on that first paragraph. Now your outline is going to look like this. I'm going to flip the camera around. Okay, so here is what my outline looks like. Now you just need to either download this, or you could actually even just write some of this on some loose leaf paper. You don't really even need to print this out. You could just write these into 3 different sections. Okay, so I have my hook here. Where do you think I got this information from? Well, I got it from my graphic organizer. So here is my hook. I simply transferred what was here onto here. Okay, I'm going to skip this one for a second because we're going to talk about that in a minute. My thesis also came from my graphic organizer. Now don't forget to include this little bit that I gave you. So you're going to see the same words here on my outline. Okay, this section, now let's talk about this section. It says you need to provide the reader with some background information on your topic. Okay, so reading here, it says provide your readers with general background information on your topic. For example, if your informative essay was on exercise, you could include several sentences explaining what would happen if you didn't exercise. Well, our essay is not about exercise, it's about Abraham Lincoln, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to give the reader some additional information about what Abe Lincoln or Abraham Lincoln did during the Civil War. We need to use our passage to do this. Don't use your 2 topics or any of your details that you're going to write here. Okay, so the background information that I give the reader is not going to be that he freed the African Americans from slavery, or that he issued the Gettysburg Address. Now, I might include some other details that the passage talked about these things here, something that maybe they won't hear about later on in your essay. Okay, so I'm going to flip over to my passage. Now, I started underlining some things that I thought were interesting, some additional information. I'm going to go ahead and use a highlighter to help us with this. Now, here in this first paragraph, it says that Abe Lincoln was elected as the 16th president. It also says that Southern states began leaving the Union and formed the Confederate States of America. Well, I might want to use that as background information. It's actually really important that Abraham Lincoln was elected the 16th president. And I might want to talk about the Southern states leaving the Union. Okay, so I'm going to keep reading. If I see anything else I want to talk about, I might highlight it. And I'm going to keep reading. Oh, wait, there's some more information here that I might want to include. Okay, so I like this information about the purpose of the war was to restore the Union. Well, in this paragraph, in this first and second paragraph of this section, it talks about how Abraham Lincoln wanted to restore the Union, but he actually ended up doing a lot more than that. He ended up actually freeing the slaves, even though that wasn't his main purpose of the Civil War in the first place. Okay, so that's really important. And it also leads into some of the information I'm going to provide my reader about the Gettysburg Address. So I'm going to use that. Okay, so I have enough here. We don't need a whole lot, maybe 1 or 2 sentences. So I went ahead and I actually already wrote it down just to save time. So here's my background information. It says, Abraham Lincoln was elected as the 16th president of the United States of America, period. After the Confederates left the Union, Lincoln's main goal was to restore the Union. However, Lincoln was able to do a lot more than that during his presidency. Okay, so that leads into my thesis. It says, during the Civil War, Abraham Lincoln helped to free African Americans from slavery and issued the Gettysburg Address. See how those kind of go together? The last part of my background information gives you more information about what I'm going to talk about later on in my essay. Now, you don't have to choose these things. And of course, you're probably going to choose extra information that talks about whatever you talked about in the thesis. So you might decide, going back to your passage, that talking about maybe his involvement in Fort Sumter, maybe that's some background information you want to provide your reader. Maybe you want to talk about the Battle of Bull Run. You know, you don't have to choose the same things I did. So, but remember, I only want maybe 1-2 sentences here because this whole paragraph only needs 5 sentences. You're going to have one here. You're going to probably have 1 or 2 here in your thesis. So you only need 1 or 2 more here because you're only going to need 5 altogether. I hope that makes sense. If you have questions, please, please, please reach out to me. Ask me your questions. Send me your information. I am super happy to look at a picture of your essay outline to see how you're doing. Go ahead and send those to me. Some of you already have been doing that, and I think that's fantastic. I am definitely here for you. I miss you. Enjoy. Work hard. See you later.